Hey guys, what is up? It is Pieces of Prestige and I'm back again with building Parc Miranda, and today we are going to finish the entrance area, which is going to be great. We're going to do some amazing things in here and you're going to see all that. And yeah, what we're starting on right now is where we left off in the last episode. It was basically this area of the park that was not really finished, and also this little, how do you call it, kind of like a restaurant kind of thing. And I just wanted to finish it, and I kind of wanted it to be a little bit different than the rest of my building. So I tried to make this little porch area right here, and there's a very weird arch right there on the wall, but that's all gonna be okay. And I'm gonna place like a door in there and some more windows everywhere. And this time around, I decided to try something new with the buildings, basically, that I hadn't really done before. You know, I was just looking up buildings on the internet, and I thought, like, wow, you know, I never built a building with an actual, like, a drainage system for the rain on the roof. And I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and make some roof gutters. And, yeah, those are, you know, that's done. And I love how they look. Tell me what you think in the comments, you know, if I should put this on every single building right there. It might be a little too much, you know. I could make it kind of like, you know, different sizes and maybe some different types. Maybe like use some round pipes to create some different types of gutters. But yeah, if you guys think that's a good idea, go ahead and leave that in the comments. But yeah, just trying to make some diversity right here, you know, try to mix the roofs up a little bit, make it kind of a little bit creative. And I just love the way this looks right there on the back with the retaining wall right there. You know, from the park you can't really see it because there's a fence in front of it, but I just think, you know, the detail is just, I love putting the detail in the backstage part of the park, because that's of course going to be a big part in the final video. And about that, you know, this series, you might think, well, you know, because I've been very busy. I'm actually working on my thesis at the moment. Well, not at the moment because of course I'm making this video, but I'm also working on my bachelor's thesis, and that is a lot of work. And that's gonna be done, you know, it's gonna be all finished, and I'm gonna be done with school in a couple of months. Actually in 2.5 months, so that's gonna be great. But until then, I'm actually gonna upload a video every single week, and yeah, it's just gonna be great. So I hope you guys stick with me on this series. We're gonna try to finish this park not as fast as possible, but as good as possible. You know, I don't want to rush things, and that's also the thing. Like, I tried to record this video like 4 or 5 times, and every single time I reverted back to the old save because I just wasn't really happy with the result. And now I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna make this video for you guys, and I'm gonna upload it. So yeah, that's basically my plan for this series, to just finish it and, you know, do weekly episodes. And when I'm done with school, basically what is gonna happen is I'm gonna be working full time at an engineering firm, civil engineering, and basically in all my free time, I got my, you know, my own company, but I also got my YouTube, and I want to do, you know, I want to spend some more time and more effort on this because I really like making videos. You know, it's one of my greatest hobbies right now, and yeah, I just love doing it. I hope you guys love watching it. So I'm gonna keep that up, you know, until I'm finished with school. I'm gonna do this weekly, and after that, you know, it's gonna go down and it might go up. So you know, we're just gonna pump out videos, and it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, what you can see me do right here, let's just get back to the game real quick, is right here with the carousel area. I didn't really know what to put on the back. I didn't want it to be all buildings because, you know, there are so many plazas right here. There's like 3 or 4 real plazas and in the entrance area, and I just wanted to, actually it's 3 I think, but I just wanted to make this a little bit different. So I thought, you know what, let's just make this a little garden back here with some fake facades on the back. And in the end, you know, I tried to make the facades look a bit realistic by adding some real supports on the back, and I think that just looks great. You know, adding some path right here, not really path, but just like, in the Netherlands we call them elephant paths. I don't know if that's a real thing in English. I'll have to look that up. But basically it's when people use shortcuts or just walk over grass, and you get these like sandy patches, these sandy paths in the grass, which weren't really intentionally put there, but they're just there because people used to walk over them too much. And that is kind of what I was trying to go for here. Now here you can actually see me build that little structure on the back. I must say that these beams look very, very thick for what they're actually used for. I could have just used like simple, make some steel trusses or something like that, you know, with the steel construction beams in the scenery thing. from the scenery menu. But I thought, you know, let's just do it this way, and I think it actually kind of worked out. I placed another wall on the other side at the end because, you know, from different angles, of course, you can also see the side of the building, and I didn't want you to like look straight through the roof and just see the supports. So I actually placed a wall, if I'm correct, on the right side of this as well. Now these footers, I'm really happy with how they turned out. You know, I might switch them all to concrete, but for now I think I'm just gonna keep the bottom ones made from bricks, and then the inner ones made from, you know, the cement, the concrete kind of mixture. It's very smooth concrete, I must say. So it's I'm pretty happy with it, how it looks right now. Now here you can see me again doing the gutter thing. Just trying to make this building look like a building instead of just like a simple facade, and just trying to add some minor details to it. You know, I'm really happy with the result in the end. And you know what you're gonna see in a minute, like what we're gonna work on in a minute after we do this garden of this plaza area, is gonna be awesome. Now you can already see the lake back there. But yeah, that's coming up, so stay tuned for that. Now right here, I tried to make kind of like an arch thing because I kind of wanted you to know that you're leaving the entrance plaza area, you know. It's just, you go through this portal and you enter another part, another piece of the park, basically. And I thought, you know what better way is there to do this than with an arch? So I made like these archways right here. I'm not really happy with the shape. I might actually redo them at some point. I kind of want a hyperbolic cosine. If you're a math nerd like me, you probably know what that is. And it's also called a chain line. It's basically when you just hang a chain from 2 points, it will create... I'm sorry, that's my phone. That's not yours. Don't look at it. You know, it's... before you get confused. But yeah, basically what that is it's a hyperbolic cosine. And it's kind of like the shape you get when you hang a chain from 2 points in space. And then, you know, it hangs in a, not really a parabola, but kind of a flattened parabola. And it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's kind of like the optimal shape for a for an archway. So I'm gonna try to implement that at some point. You know, I might do that off camera, of course. Maybe not that much fun to watch it. So yeah, but we'll see what we do about that. Now, before I get into this area that we're building right now with, like, where the arches actually are, the little garden right here, I want to point one thing out real quick, is that I'm moving around with the camera a lot, and I really don't like that, so I'm gonna try to keep that at a minimum for the next video, you know? I'm gonna try to make it a little more pleasurable for your eyes, because right now it's just moving all over the place, and it should be kind of like this when they're placing the hedges. Like, it's gotta stay roughly in the same viewport, and just, you know, edit the things from there and not move the camera around for every single object that I'm making. So I'm sorry for all the movement, but yeah, that's gonna be, hopefully it's gonna be better next video. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Anyhow, right here we are actually starting on the coolest part of this episode, well, in my opinion, and that is the docks. And I really like the way that I kind of put together some pieces, you know. This was mainly inspired by, well, the theme park that I talk about a lot, which is PortAventura, and it's in Spain, and believe me, it's amazing. It's a really cool park, and the thing I like about it most is that it's not really traditional. You know, it doesn't have like a main street or a main area. You just come into like a nice village, and then you walk through the village, and you get to the lake. And you know, there's a path going around the lake, and there's kind of like a little boardwalk. And I tried to recreate that right here. And there's also little docks. And basically, what it's gonna do is this is gonna be like a central lake. Kind of, and everything is going to be built around the lake. And the lake right now, it's still very small, but I'm going to make it a lot bigger. You know, it's going to be bigger, and there's going to be some kind of like river system that goes through the park, and that everything leads to the actual lake. So that's going to be pretty cool, but that's going to come in future episodes. Right now, I'm just going to focus real quick on this boardwalk thingy. And what's pretty cool about it is the fact that, you know, it kind of connects to the path. So I had to take out the curbs right there. And to do that, you know, you can't actually change the path when the terrain is right up against it. And so I had to put a little bit more terrain down and then change it so that the curbs were gone. And I really like the way that it attaches now. You know, it looks really nice, like a little bit of a sidewalk. And it has some benches right next to the path, the original path. And I don't know, I just really like that, you know, how it all connects. Now, what I don't like about this thing is the textures on this kind of wooden plank boardwalk kind of thing, because what happens is when like the two objects or like two pieces of these floors are actually, you know, crossing each other, so they're essentially like they're just placed inside of each other. And like right now you could see that, you know, when the textures are right, you know, through each other, sometimes, you know, they flicker a lot, because when you change the viewport, it chooses like the different texture to show. I'm not really sure how to say that, but right here it just was kind of like a puzzle to change the height of every single object to a little bit of a different value. So, you know, pull them up and down a little bit every single time, and in the end it kind of, you know, it just feels very stitched together. I don't really like the way this looks. I might cover that up with some decoration or something like that, but we'll see how that goes. Now right here, just, you know, connecting this little pirate ship right here to the docks, and you know, this is not gonna be functional. There's not gonna be like a path. Well, I might actually put a path like over the docks, but not of course onto the ship, because, well, that will be way too hard. But right here, just adding a little roof to this building, and that pretty much concludes this episode right here. So what I just want to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and click the like button, and also be sure to hit the bell icon next to the subscribe button right here below this video, so that you can stay up to date with when I'm uploading my new video. So you will see a notification next week, same day, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be episode 6 of Parc Miranda. So yeah, until then, peace from Pieces of Prestige.